Yes.
Okay, we're gonna start the recording in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, nice to meet you. And could you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, my name is Gun Hyung Hong.
Isabel Choi.
Charlie Nelson.
Mr. Workanton.
Amy Kuhn. Miss Campbell.
I am currently a high school junior at SIS.
I'm a freshman.
I teach high school mathematics.
I teach math and computer science.
I teach high school chemistry and AP physics too.
I am one of the high school counselors.
Can you share your cancer story and how it affected your life?
Yeah, so my brother's second son was diagnosed with cancer some years ago when he was 10 years old. His name was Peter. About 6 months after his diagnosis, Peter passed away when he was 11 years old. A lot of times people say that so-and-so lost their battle to cancer when they die. My sister-in-law, my brother's wife, shared at Peter's memorial that he didn't lose the battle to cancer. Even though he died, he was victorious, and that he didn't allow it to make him bitter, or he didn't complain. He always had a positive spirit. He was resilient in the face of cancer. He was full of faith and hope, even in the face of death. So he became an inspiration to all of us, and he was just full of joy and positivity and loved everyone around him, even though he was suffering and the end of his life was nearing.
I've actually known a couple people with cancer, but the one that really hit me the most was my grandfather. So my grandfather was a cardiologist doctor who lived a really healthy life. He had dedicated his life to his work. He was on call a lot, and he owned his own practice by the end of his career. And he had spent a lot of time, and when he hit about, 55, 60 years old, he realized that he wanted to start dedicating more of his life to his family. So he started spending more time with his kids, his grandkids, me. And right after that began, he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Right, when somebody kind of connects to their roots, connects to themselves, finds out what really matters to them in life, and can't actually pursue it, that's a really big hit. Mm-hmm. And of course, it was devastating to the rest of his family, but it's also devastating because the fact is, all these years that he could have been dedicating towards things that he genuinely valued, things that he cared about, he was unable to. I was there when he passed, actually. It's one of the most memorable experiences of my life was as he was, on his deathbed. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to watch somebody who's spent their life doing good for other people and realize that they wish they had done more for the people that matter the most to them, mm-hmm. and then be unable to do that through no fault of their own. It's a great injustice. And that was really hard to watch. And it's one of those things that kind of changes the way you approach the rest of your life.
My housekeeper, she got cancer, so she had a nice relationship with our family, but I was shocked when she told me that she had cancer because she was always bright.
Can you tell us your initial feelings when you found out that she had cancer?
I was shocked because she had keeping the secret for a while, and she was bright all the time, so that really shocked me.
Well, the first time I saw my grandmother in her hospital bed was in my last grade of middle school. And when I walked into that room and I saw what cancer had done to her body, it was really heart-wrenching. Even though, she was wearing short sleeves that day, but I could see that she had hundreds of stitches all around her body where they had to dig in and cut the tumors out. And when I was there, I could see that she was visibly struggling. She was having trouble breathing. The doctors and nurses constantly had to support her. And when later that night, I heard that she had unfortunately passed away.
The story that I'm going to tell you is a pretty new one. This is my cousin. His name is Don, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in April of this year. He'd been sick for a long time, and they didn't catch it until it was stage 4. He would rather try to improve his quality of life for the few months that he may have left to live. It's very sad. He's the last cousin left from that side of the family. His dad fought in the Korean War. His dad is, so this is a picture of my dad, not in the Korean War, but in the military. And that's Don's dad. My dad and his dad were brothers, obviously. So these are pictures of my uncle here in Korea. He worked on airplanes. And, but Don found us all. He tracked us down when he got this diagnosis. And I think he wanted community to be with him when he's making this transition.
I think it really most affected me with my cousin because she's the same age as me. And just knowing that life is pretty short and, you know, things can happen, and I'm really proud and excited that she's successfully recovered as of now.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.